This is a response video to Early2it, who I get this email from to watch one of his videos and give your opinion. And when you question his opinion, he's like really, really negative. And so my topic, I guess, is should we be questioning the God that we believe in? I mean, it seems to me that people that really have a true belief in God seem to be contradicting themselves. And it's like, okay, is God the good guy and evil the bad guy? So if God's the good guy, wouldn't he be doing everything good? Is God love? Is God everything to do with love? Does God encourage war that kills another person? If you even look at, okay, we're all God's children. If you were a parent, would you like to see your children solve their problems through killing each other? Because if we're all humans and we're all from God, God created us all, then does just because one of his children are behaving poorly, does that mean we kill them? If you were a parent, would you like to see one child kill another child? It's like that doesn't sound like that would be God's approval. And then there's a lot of people that believe God's a jealous God. It's like jealousy is such a evil thing. I mean, do you think it benefits your life if you were jealous of somebody? Do you think it feels good if anybody's jealous of you? Does it make sense that a God would be a jealous God? And then God judges. Whatever you do in your life, at the end of the day, we're not supposed to judge each other. God's the only one that's going to be judging us. If God is all knowing, then wouldn't God know why you're doing the things you're doing? I mean, if you were taught through religion to kill other people and you actually killed other people, then wouldn't God know that you were doing your best? You read a book and you went to church every day and you did everything that you were taught to do. And your intentions were good. You just didn't know any better. So would God judge you to be a bad person? Or would God have this all knowing? He's walked in your shoes and seen why you're doing everything you are doing. There's a cause to everything that we're doing, even this Illuminati. I mean, really think about these people. This is a generation inbred, information that they know have been passed on from one generation to another generation. A lot of it is, mentally ill, and mental illness is behavior that does you harm, but they won't recognize it because they own the doctors and they own, the hospitals, and, nobody's going to diagnose what they do as wrong. So they really truly believe they're right. And what they do, look at what wealthy people do. They have nannies. So none of these children are even born into families that they know what love is. Nobody's hugging them and telling them they're doing a good job. They're all telling them that you need to be successful. You need to be in control of other people. Like all of the lessons that are taught to these children that are raised within the Illuminati, they're just doing what was taught to them. So, and it's like, at what point do we think that they're going to know any better? As long as their bank accounts are bigger and better than anybody else, and our whole globe says that if you have a big bank account, then you are the one that's successful, you are the one that's doing something right, then we as a globe, as long as their bank accounts are big, we're the one that's telling them that everything you're doing is right because you're the ones that are successful. Nobody's there telling them what's wrong. You know, and if they've had no love, if nobody has shown them love while they're controlling everything because they have all of the money, do you think that they know how to have compassion for you? You know, no, they have, nobody's taught them how to be compassionate people. Nobody's taught them that life has value because it wasn't a lesson that was taught to them. So they're just doing their best with what they know. It doesn't mean that what they know is right, because at the end of the day, it's all about how we love each other, how we love our life. And I don't think that they're really loving their life. I really don't think that they're loving and showing other people love. So that might be something to question of whether what they do is right. But then we all need to live by those same standards. You know, are we chasing the almighty dollar because that dollar says we are successful with that dollar? You know, are we doing exactly the same thing as them? Are we chasing the same things that make us say, you are successful, you know what you're doing? You know, we all kind of have to see what's really going on with this picture. And this Early2it, um, every time I listen to his videos, and you know, he's really preaching about God, but he wants to kill other people, and he wants to use, you know, a lot of deep sciences that are real. Like there is a quantum world, there is a quantum field. There is, you know, what we perceive to be miracles are only events that you don't understand how they were created. You know, to be able to talk from, you know, as one phone to another phone, you know, if you put that technology into our experience 1,000 years ago, they would have said that's a miracle. But it's only because we learned how things happen do we see that it's not really a miracle. And this guy is using some pretty big energies that are out there. It's real stuff. You know, that's why I kind of was listening to what he had to say. And he's definitely got this belief in God, but he wants to kill other people. And, you know, when I made my comments about, okay, I really want to follow your way, but I'm kind of looking, you know, are you out to kill other people still? Because if you are, then I'm not going to be part of that energy. And then the guy tells me to fuck off. It's like, does a man of God tell other people that want to help you to fuck off? You know, like, what's wrong with suggesting let's make a change, but let's make that change not do any harm to anybody? What's wrong with saying, okay, some people that are doing some things wrong, let's give them the opportunity to do what's right. But somehow, we as a globe need to teach those that are doing things that are wrong into doing something that's right. I mean, you can just see that African Americans, they were slaves. A lot of really bad shit happened to them. You think that they weren't taught how to do bad things, you know, from the experiences that were taught to them? And then you want to see them form gangs and be angry people and commit crime. It's like, who taught them to be that way? It was the white people. Every single thing that you want to look at African Americans of doing something wrong was taught to them by white people. They're living the same lives, they're reflecting the exact same mistakes as white people did. And it seems to me at some point we need to say, I forgive you, but let's try and do something different. And that's why at all times we have to start learning how to make friends with our enemies. And I really truly believe that the people that know this the most would be African American people who did not learn negative behaviors, that did learn how to survive and be strong and overcome. Those are the strongest people on this planet today, is the African American people, because they lived through more hell and survived through more hell and they found a way of living a peaceful life. So I suggest, if you want to learn more about life and how to survive it, go talk to a peaceful, happy, loving African American person, because they have the history and the genetics that taught them how to do it. Peace out.